Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Alana from Win Win and welcome to today's second live. Today I've got a very special guest and we're talking migration and mining. Thank you all for joining. Hi Ellie, how are you? Right, I'm just waiting for my guest to come on and we're going to be talking about how you can get your foot in the door to an Australian mining job. No matter where you are, if you're in Australia, fantastic, or New Zealand, if you're overseas, no worries at all. It's definitely still doable depending on a few factors. So in a second, my migration agent is going to be joining us and feel free to drop any questions. Hi Daniel, hi Hanby, hi Crypto, hi Reese New Zealand, how you going? Just let us know if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments section below. If I can answer them now, I will. Good morning Daniel, how are you? I will, or I will just wait till my migration agent jumps on and he can answer all of the questions that you guys have sent in about how you can get a job in the Australian mining industry. And I just want to let you know that getting a job over here is absolutely life-changing. I worked FIFO for 17 years and it completely changed my life. Armour Deep, I'm a Sparky from Melbourne. Awesome. Seriously, like one thing you can do, because Sparkies are actually so sought after that some companies are willing to fly you from Melbourne. So I would suggest potentially even go onto our website. We've actually got our vacancies portal right now and we're accepting Sparkies. Like I said, they're very sought after, so wouldn't be an issue you getting a job from Melbourne. That's one of the only places, oh, there you go. That's one of the only jobs where I would say that. Usually if you're trying to get an entry-level job, like even a utility, it's probably not going to happen. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining us today for live number 2. And thank you to my guest. This is Lilash, your dad from 4A Consulting Services. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Elena. Thank you for inviting me. How are you?
Anytime. Very well, thank you. So I'm just turning up my volume there. Righto. We're just going to jump straight into this. We have been smashed with questions, of course, and as everyone knows, I cannot answer them. So that's why I've got our amazing migration agent. If you're not doing it, make sure you're following both of us. If you would like to know, or if you'd like to see content to help get you employed. Let's get started. So one of the most common questions that we get asked is, what visa do I need to get a job in Australia? That is such an open question, but can you do your best to answer that?
Okay, so there are different types of work visas. Basically 482, 407, 400, 189, 491, all these are work visas or pathway to the permanent residency or even a permanent residency as well. Now it depends on which category you want to jump in and which occupation you have, what are your occupation and which are the visa, like in terms of occupation, there are different visa eligibility. So we need to figure out one by one or case by case basis.
Yeah, so there's no like blanket answer for this. Like this is why we always get people to come and have a chat with yourself so that you can analyze their situation and get to their answer, because everyone has a different answer.
Yeah. For example, if you are a citizen of UK national or even like Hong Kong BNO, there are different visas like 417. Some of you can go for 417, which is very easy.
Oh.
Which is very easy to get. Some of them they will go for 462 visa, or some of them they route their pathway from student visa to 485 and then go for the PR. So each and every individual, their cases are different, and we need to figure out what will be the like most suitable visa for them.
Definitely. And we've got Princess 440 who's just said, hi, I'm a vet tech in Fiji. I'd love to work in Australia or New Zealand. Would that be possible?
Vet tech. Now if you go for mining industry, I'm not sure vet tech will be eligible for the mining industry. However, we can have a look with the your qualification and number of work experience, and then I can suggest you like which will be the perfect or suitable visa for you.
Yeah, perfect. And then we've got, sorry guys, the questions are going really fast. We'll try to get to as many as we can. Alfred's just asked, hi Alana, I'm Ferdinand plant, I'm something, I think I was meant to say fertilizer plant operator. Do I have a chance to come over to WA? I'm a resident of New Zealand. Yes. Simple answer, yes, right, Lilash?
Are you a permanent resident or a citizen? If you are a citizen, yes, it's easy to come here and get into the job. If you are only the permanent resident, then we have to look at the which passport you are holding, how many years of work experience. Basically, it will be a little bit complicated and harder for you if you are just a resident in New Zealand. Best
Yeah.
advice: get your citizenship and come here on subclass 444 visa.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. And that's one of the big ones. I had a guy. Yeah, you can't get this on a New Zealand if you're a New Zealand citizen. So that's why I wanted to get you on actually. So all right. No. Where is FIFO mining location in Australia? All throughout Australia. Perth is the best place to be. Queensland, New South Wales has residential mines. Even Tasmania has mines. So it really depends. But I always say, come to WA. It's the place to be. So Mackie is in Japan to Australia. Do we sponsor visa? It depends on your experience, right, Lilash, and also your age and what, yeah.
Age, experience, your passport, and for sponsor, we don't do the sponsorship. Employers do the sponsorship. We can try to help you to find the sponsor to sponsor you the visa. However, it's not guaranteed, and it's like you need to go through the recruitment process and everything by yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And
You
we're
just
working
have
on.
to get your resume correct to get through the ATS system in Australia, and we help with your visas.
Yeah, no problem, Princess. Very, very happy to help. All right, guys, there's 97 people on here. Make sure that you're following Lilash and myself for content to help answer all of your questions. All right, can you apply? It just says, can I apply from New Zealand? Look, again, what job do you want? What your licenses and qualifications are? Where you're located plays a big part of whether you're able to actually get a job over here. You need to be in Australia. I'll just say that without a doubt. Okay, if you can see any of these questions that you want to answer, Lilash, just go for it.
I've got HC license, white card, and tickets. Now again, come back to let's separate two things. Applying for a job is a different thing, and getting a visa is a different thing. You need to meet the visa eligibility requirement rather than job, right? If you are offshore, meet the visa requirement first and then go for the job.
Yeah, definitely. And can I just say as well, having tickets doesn't mean anything, right? I know some sites over here where you can get up there with no tickets. So if you are contemplating going out and getting a whole lot of tickets to make yourself more employable, I would suggest come and have a chat with either our team if you are in Australia or New Zealand, or Lilash. You can book him. There is going to be a link somewhere around here and in my bio where you can go and book in directly with him, and he will break down your situation and what jobs that you can get.
Yeah. So, what's the best way to getting a permanent residency? There are different approaches. We need to know what is your background at all.
Yeah.
Security guard, it's not possible. Sorry for that.
Yeah. Why don't we go over some of the what are some of the skilled roles that right now that employers are looking for?
Registered nurses, doctors, early childhood trainer, construction worker, including the electrician, plumber, carpenter, glaziers, motor mechanic, auto electricians. Those are the highly demandable jobs.
Yep. And in the mining industry, if you're an HD fitter, if you are an auto sparky, or even some of the trades like an electrician, a skilled electrician, then employers are highly looking you're highly sought after, and some companies are willing to sponsor. So that's where I'd suggest definitely come and have a chat with our team. Thanks for liking the live, guys. If you could all double tap it, that would be amazing so we can share it out as much as possible. Okay, can I get FIFO from New Zealand? If you're an HD fitter, potentially, but generally for what job are you trying to get? 436, sorry. Yeah. Okay, any sponsorships? Lilash, tell us again, what are some of the jobs where, HD fitters, if you're an HD fitter and you're watching this right now, yes, companies will sponsor you to come from New Zealand or South Africa. We've got a ton of companies that just cannot find good fitters. So if you've got mining experience and you've worked on the big machinery before, not necessarily fixed plant, but HD, definitely. Okay, M01, right, what I'd suggest is, have you contacted your consultant? Get on and have a chat with your consultant. Get in contact with them so that we can actually work out what's going on there. I've got a diploma in hospitality, no experience. Oh God, sorry, this is going pretty fast. Working in childcare, two years with the Cert 3 RPL. Any sponsorships for hospitality or childcare workers, Lilash?
Not at the moment. Maybe the place where you are working, maybe they can do your sponsorship. I wonder, like, how did you get the certificate 3 without your work experience through the RPL? Sometimes your RPL may be invalid. Just check you with your RPL. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. Where are we up to? A dump truck operator. Daniel, if you're a dump truck operator, are you in Australia? Sorry, I think we started talking at the start of this, but then it got hectic. Right, let's talk about international students, Lilash. What is the go here? So completed my level 9 education. Any work with FIFO?
Not possible.
No.
Not possible.
So, student visas, no deal for getting a working holiday visa. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the prerequisites that somebody needs, especially if they're coming from Europe? We've got a lot of Europeans and Africans on to get a working holiday visa in Australia.
So for Africa, we don't have any working holiday visa, not even 462. For European, there are certain countries like Belgium, UK, Sweden, most of the EU countries, they can come here in 417 as well as 462 visa.
Yep.
Some of the countries, they have the age limit up to 30 years, and countries like UK, Ireland, it is up to 35 years, and it is pretty simple, straightforward. For 417,
Yes.
you need to have 5,000 Australian dollar in your bank account. You need to have a passport. You need to meet the health and character requirement, and it's pretty straightforward. In terms of 462 work and hold a visa, depending upon which country you are from, they might ask you to get your you need to have like at least a certain level of qualification. For example, if you are from USA, you need to have like at least a high school diploma, and if you are from any other countries, it depends on which country you are, and we can go through the qualification. For Papua New Guinea, it's at least diploma level, right? So it depends on which country you are, and those are the things that you need to make sure of it. Is education and money in your bank account.
Yeah. Can you just reiterate for people watching why they need to have money in their bank account for the obvious reasons?
So basically, working holiday visa means first you need to go through the holiday period, right? So why you need $5,000 is government has calculated that amount to survive in Australia for 2 to 3 months. You need at least $5,000, and you need to show that amount in your bank account.
Yeah. And do you want to elaborate on why? And like, I mean, just from an obvious point of view, if you're paying for even just food or accommodation or anything like that, a lot of people come to us and they're like, but I've got no money, help me to come over. And it's just not going to happen. You need to show that you can support yourself for those.
At least 2 to 3 months. Currently, the living cost in Australia for a single individual is around $29,000 to $30,000 per year, which includes your rent, electricity, phone, travel, everything. So at least that much money. So technically, if we go for 2-3 months, at least you need $5,000 in your bank account to survive in Australia.
Yeah. So if you don't have that, then go and like sort it out, because you're going to need that to even be able to get the visa to come over here.
Yeah.
Just answering this question here, Reese and NZ41, what jobs do longer swings? Drillers, offsiders, potentially, and drilling in general, some of the MC operators, and you're going to want to look for construction, exploration jobs. So it just really depends on what you've also been doing for work, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's how you get the longer roster. So looking to come over from New Zealand, I've got a class 5. Okay, look, what I'd suggest is come and have a chat with our team. If you are from Australia or New Zealand, you're watching this, come and have a chat with our team. I'll get Riz, can you drop the email address in? If you want to talk about if you need to speak to a migration agent, we'll also drop the link so you can chat to Lilash about your specific situation. Okay, let's have a look here. LBT, I'm an architectural and structural draftsman. Can I apply for FIFO? Yes, but where are you located? That's the whole thing. Where do marine engineers sit on the skills shortages list? Lilash, are they on there or not?
It's not really in shortage right now.
Okay, cool. Harry, is there an age limit for truck drivers? No, as long as you can pass the pre-employment medical. If you've got experience, happy days. Thelma, any admin roles? Yes, heaps of admin roles. Okay, let's go for this one. Jonathan, what are the requirements for a working holiday visa for FIFO in offshore?
So for FIFO, there is no requirement. It's a different story. For working holiday, you must have the eligible passport from eligible country.
Mm-hmm.
You
No.
the eligibility criteria, and the eligibility criteria is you must hold the passport. You need to have $5,000 in your bank account. Health, you need to meet health and character requirements. That's all.
Perfect. Mark, simple answer, yes. If you've got 25 years experience and all the relevant tickets, the question is, where are you located? That's the whole thing. Guys, drop us as many details as you can. Where you're located right now, whether you've got the visa and your experience, so we can answer as well as possible on this thing. All right, 417 visa is applicable in Fiji, but age barrier is 30. I'm 32. Any advice?
With the I need to understand what is your background. If you have studied if you have studied some courses or have completed any professional courses, maybe we can do the skill assessment and go for 491 and 190 visa. Specifically, right now, NT and Southern Australia is a little bit easier and flexible for offshore applicants. But still, I need to go through your documents until and unless I can't advise you properly.
Yep, there you go. You're going to have to book in with Lilash so you can go over your specific situation. And because, everyone's situation is going to be different. So I've just had Jack on here as well, who, he came over from the UK, got him his first job in the mining industry. It's easy. It's just like baking a cake. If you follow the recipe, you're going to be successful. Let's talk about Zerji. Sorry, I cannot pronounce that. How to get into mining. I'm a welder fabricator based in Sydney. Right, you're going to have a resume that's ATS compliant, all the licenses and qualifications, which I'm assuming that you've got, and then just start applying for a seat. You potentially might have to contemplate moving, but other than that, a welder, fabricator, they're highly sought after in the mining industry. Training an assessor, same thing as well. Okay, where are we going? Right, do green peas have any luck underground as an offsider, have experience in industrial maintenance? Look, occasionally we've seen people get in. A lot of companies just stipulate you need to have your full license, so that might be a bit of a challenge there. Lilash, while I've got you, can you just explain for everyone watching, especially for our New Zealand audience?
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
Yep. About the green peas or like visa?
Oh no, not the green peas. About the citizen versus resident, the difference in the visas.
Okay. So for the citizen of New Zealand, Australia and New Zealand has a special category visa, which is subclass 444. If you are a citizen, you can get your passport, directly come to Australia. Your visa will be granted on the spot in the airport, and you can you will have whole working rights, study rights, and you can live here in Australia. It's easy, simple. Now, if you are just a permanent resident, then you are like all other countries, except for some few countries like UK, USA. Rest of them, you need to go through the same process, like getting your skill assessment done, finding the sponsors, or getting through the student visa or any other sort of visa. Only for New Zealand citizen, it is much more easier to come here.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. We've got a question here for Rise2309. I'm 50 years old. I was told that the only way for me to get a job in Australia is by, I would assume that means getting sponsorship. What is the cutoff age? And tell us about age and companies that sponsor.
Look, if you just want to go for 482 visa, there is no age limit, right? However, your related work experience should be in the last 5 years. They will only count last 5 years. For 186 or permanent pathway is like some of the DAMA region. DAMA means designated area migration agreement. and there are few places where they allow up to 55 years old, right? But you need to meet the health and all the other criteria as well. Okay, for 482 there is no age limit,
There we go.
but it's very hard for you to get the 482 in that age.
Okay, right. Thank you for that. From that, LJ from Central. What is an ATS? It's an applicant tracking system. It's a filtration system that every single mining and recruitment company use. They filter resumes. So if you're sending your resume out and getting nowhere fast, then it means that your resume is going right through the ATS. See you later outside out the other side, and nobody's going to tell you where you're going wrong except for us. We will tell you. Okay, jobs for surveyors in FIFO. Stay in New Zealand, but from the Fiji. What is the requirement? Do you have a visa? Are you a citizen? What's the go there? You're going to have to drop some more context. Can you see that one from El Hombre? I'll just say there's plenty of jobs for surveyors in FIFO, but you will need to move. I'll just say that, right? If you're in New Zealand, you're trying to get a job from New Zealand or overseas, you are going to have to move to Australia unless you're an HD fitter. That's basically the hard and fast rule at the moment, pretty much.
Also, construction workers as well. Right now, construction worker is highly in demand.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's go. Can you see any of these other questions? Yeah, that's true, Bo Karki. Okay, I'm from Fiji. I wish to work with FIFO under a utility role. Okay, so Taru, sorry. Okay, so you're going to need to move. Are you in Australia? That's the whole thing. And for somebody wanting to get into a utility role, what sort of visa would they need to move from Fiji?
So I will not suggest to go for utility job, right? To be honest. Why? Because you need to meet the eligibility requirement, right? Yep. Most of the time, if you are searching for eligibility or like utility role, you don't have the skills required for the visa, to be honest, right? So maybe you can go for the student visa if you want to study, and then after few like completing your studies, go for the 485 visa and go for the utility job or the higher level job, right? But look, honestly, if you are like, there are lots of people who wants to work here within Australia for the utilities. Just because they don't have like full working rights, they have not gone through it, right? You are already offshore and you are searching for the utility job. It's not gonna work.
Okay. Thank you for that harsh bit of reality check there, Lilash. And yeah, 100%. Utilities are basically cleaners. So they're a dime a dozen to get over here, not hard to find. So that's why if you're trying to come over from another country, you're going to have to sort out all your visa and move here first before you're even going to have a shot. No company's going to go, oh, yes, you're a housekeeper over in Fiji. Yep, cool, we'll get you over, when we could just get somebody like off the street to apply. That sounds bad. But anyway, I've never had an issue. Is it a keyword system? Yeah, it's keywords, it's graphics, logos, designs, pictures, word count, page count, ton of different things. So if you haven't had an issue, that's great. Okay, can immigrants apply for security roles? Lilash, over to you.
If you are already in Australia, yes, you can. If you are outside Australia, depends on your on the right. If you are from New Zealand.
Oh my gosh, your internet's terrible. That was mine.
Lots of calls today. I'm not sure what is going on, but I'm getting lots of calls. Yeah. So if you hold the passport, if you are a citizen of New Zealand, you can easily come here. Otherwise, it's very hard.
Okay. All right, James is from Ghana, but he's living in Dubai. Well, James, how old are you? What job have you been doing? Licenses and qualifications. There's a ton of different factors. I would suggest if anyone wants to know about your specific situation, give us as many details as possible. Or I just popped up the email address. You can get in contact with us, ask for the link, we'll send it to you, and you can go and have a chat with this man here who will look over your situation, be able to say, all right, look, here's what you can and can't do. These are your restrictions. These are your pathways. Right. Unknown. Can you see that one there?
Which one?
Hi, I'm working as a chef in Australia and I'm eligible to go on a 482. Do you have any sponsorships available? We generally don't.
Currently, we don't have. Sometimes we get the emails from the potential sponsors. At that time, we normally do go on the TikTok and put out the videos. But currently, we don't have it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, already in FIFO role, non-mining truck background support, looking to get into the big tipper trucks or the dump trucks. All right, if you're in Australia and you're already in a FIFO role, yep, perfect. All right, so it'll just be a case of probably, just applying for the jobs and making sure your resume is like elaborating on all the key selling information to make that change. You'd probably have to go into a traineeship depending on how big the equipment that you'd be operating is now. So do we specialize in FIFO resumes? We specialize in resumes to get through any sort of ATS system. That's kind of our, that's one division of the business that we've got. And literally we can get anyone through the process. It's just like baking a cake. If you follow the recipe, you're going to be successful. We've got our recruitment division, and that literally we work with employers to help find them the unfindable.
I think if your resume works for FIFO, it will work for any other systems.
Yeah, definitely. Because
FIFO is even harder to get the job,
Definitely. Like all mining companies, like if you think about it, ATS systems basically help employers. So where if you put a job out on Seek, they don't have to look through tens of thousands of resumes. They just put in a few search parameters and bang, they spit out the resumes that they want to see and the ones that they don't. So thank you, Gravitas.
I think normally what happens is not eligible. Normally Seek always gives not eligible, and some of them eligible. Something like that, right?
Yeah. So we use one of the biggest ATS systems that all companies use, and literally the parameters that we can put in there, we want X, Y, and Z with 800 words with this, and this, and anything else, bye-bye, see you later. We don't even see it. It goes through an automated system where they get, you're such a great candidate, blah, 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 but no deal. Okay, right. Moving on. I'm a site supervisor in construction in Canberra, and I've emailed us before, keen to get a start. Maddie, did you apply for any of the jobs through our vacancies tab? If anyone's watching right now, you can go on there onto our website. We've got a ton of opportunities right now in especially Queensland. Queensland's gone nuts at the moment. So one of our clients has got about 80 roles that they're looking to fill. So you can go on there and apply directly on our website. Look for the vacancies tab, especially if you're in Australia right now. Okay, let's go back to, I'm in New Zealand on an open work permit. Can I join mining jobs? Lilash, any?
I don't think you can come to Australia without Australian New Zealand passport. I think money is more than you hold the Nepalese passport, I guess. You need to get the Australian citizenship so that you can come here easily. Otherwise, you need to go through the same process of skill assessment, qualification, applying for 482 visa, this and that. And 482 visa might not be eligible for mining as well. It can be anywhere, in any industry or related occupation.
There you go. Answering this question, do we recognize Allison certificates? I've never even heard of that before. Have you?
Never heard of that one.
Okay. Alan, yes, we do have a company that's looking for chefs right now. Go into our vacancies tab in our website, submit your resume for the chef jobs, and then depending on where you're located, if you have to be in Australia, obviously. And especially if you're in Queensland or Western Australia, we've got a couple of clients who are looking for chefs right now. Righto, Bam Boss has said, I'm from PNG and I work in Australia under a 403 visa and I'm a truck driver with an HC license.
Bam Boss, try to go through Dama regions such as Western Australia Dama, South Australian Dama, maybe the Melbourne Goulburn area Dama. Get the sponsor from there, go for 482 visa, easy peasy. The truck driver are eligible for those Dama regions. Maybe search the sponsor on that area.
There we go. All right, thank you for that. IDCS, I'm in Taiwan. Can I apply for a job as a cleaner? Generally, no. Because utility jobs, like Lilash has just said, are a dime a dozen to find them over here. Being overseas, you would have to get the visa, you'd have to move. So I would suggest go and have a chat with him to work out what your options actually are. Can you see the El Hombre question there?
Hi, El Hombre, I need your age as well. Maybe you can qualify for Pacific Engagement Visa, 192 visa, which is the ballot system. Another one is you can come to Australia with the 403 visa, which is Pacific mobility visa. Or if you are a surveyor, you can go through the skill assessment and apply for 491, 190, and 491 and 190 visas. So these are your options.
There we go. Thank you very much. LJ from Central. I'm in WA. Lilash is in New South Wales. We've got a team in Queensland. We've got staff in New Zealand, in the Philippines, and somewhere else I don't even know where he is at the moment. So, and then a team in
We are
Canada.
all over Australia.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Rudy. How are you? Nice to meet you too. I'm from. Is that South Africa or is that South Australia? I'm a multi-skilled operator from dump trucks to excavators. Are you looking for a job? Yeah, and let us know where you are. If you say SA, I think of South Australia.
South Africa,
A lot of people obviously are from
South Africa.
from South Africa. All right. Lilash, can you see any more questions or can I get back to some of these?
Not really. I don't have any question. I am from Taiwan. That's gone. That's gone. Do you have jobs for chefs? No, we don't. We don't have any jobs for chefs. We just help you to get your CV done, and we just help you to get your visa sorted.
Yeah. In our recruitment division, though, because my business has two different divisions. So for Man Boogie E85 candles, okay, Brisbane fella here looking to get into the mines, I'd definitely say contact our team. You can always go onto our win-win website, which is w1nw1n.com.au, and apply for any of the vacancies that we've got. We've got a ton of stuff that's just come up in Queensland right now around the Mount Isa area. If you've got experience, our employer can potentially FIFO you from Brisbane or the Gold Coast, and is even open to New Zealand candidates depending on what your experience is. Okay. So LJ, same from you, same for you. Go and check it out on our website and just apply for any rigging jobs or submit your resume to get into our system because we fill these very, very fast. Okay. Anyone with a disability able to get a job? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, where are we up to? For Boilermakers with offshore documents also. Is that a question?
Yes, we need all your experience documents, everything.
Okay, cool. I'm going to get onto some of these questions. What are the steps involved when applying for a working holiday visa?
Sorry?
What are the steps involved when applying for a working holiday visa?
It's very simple. It's very simple. It's one of the most simplest visa to apply. Get your passport ready. Get your bank statement ready. Start filling up the forms. Right? And you are good to go.
There you go. All right. And how long generally does the application process take if somebody's trying to get?
For working holiday visa?
Yep.
Probably within a minute.
Oh, there you go.
For 417 visa, normally within a minute. If it's a first working holiday visa. If it's second holiday or third working holiday visa, it might take some time. Now, if you say the processing time for each visa, it depends on the submission of your document. If your documents, if you have submitted all the documents or not, and if there is like auto grant letter, some of them are like auto grant letter from. If you are from UK, it's like auto grant. They don't even take anything, right? So it depends on visa to visa and the completeness of your documents in your visa application.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. And tell me, why would somebody's visa application get denied? Or what are some of the reasons?
There may be different reasons, starting from not submitting all the documents on time to providing the false information. There are different things of the like refusals, not meeting the eligibility requirements, lots of things.
Yeah. Okay.
Lots of things can go wrong.
All right. Perfect. A computing certificate potentially could be good for like an admin role. But yeah, childcare certificates, they're not really relevant. Although if you have worked within disability support or the childcare work, like the industry, you can actually get utility jobs. It's not that hard. Okay. What's this one? Hi, just got.
If you have certificate in aged care, why don't you go and you are from Fiji, Why don't you go for 403 visa?
There you go. Okay. Hi, I just got married and it did not mention my husband in my visa application because not married at the time. Okay.
It depends on which visa. Did you get married in the process of your visa application? Like, was that granted or was that not granted? It depends on that. If it was not granted, you should have mentioned in your visa application change of circumstances and update your married, like your marriage. When did you get married? Now, if it was after the grant of the visa, you need to it depends on your visa condition whether to update that in your visa or not.
It says they're already granted when we got married.
Okay, if already got married, which visa are you holding?
Okay. Yep, just to answer that question, we'll continue with the combo. I'm from PNG and I've got an Australian tax file number. How can I get into FIFO? 1, where are you located? 2, are you in Australia right now? What job do you want? What licenses and qualifications? Is your resume ATS compliant? Simple way to do it is shoot us an email, come have a chat with our team. In 20 minutes, we can answer all of your questions and set out a path for you so you're going to know exactly what you need to do without wasting any time or money on qualifications that you don't actually need. Oh, actually, and our main consultant, Donna, has just joined the live. Hey, Donna, how you going?
Okay, visa 500. Maybe you need to update it in the department website. Just go through your migration agent or the agent who has lost your visa and ask them to update it as a change of circumstances and get your application straight. Should be fine.
Perfect. We've got a lot of South Africans who end up asking questions. Tell us, what is the best career pathway from somebody who is watching from South Africa to potentially come over to Australia if they've got mining experience?
Find the sponsor. If you are Sparky electrician, get your skill assessment done. Apply for 491 190 visa.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, let's go with some of these other questions. Do I need a job offer to apply for a work visa in Australia?
It depends. For example, if you are applying for 491 pathway to Tasmania state, you may need the job offer.
Yep.
For other places, like if you talk about 482 visa, you already have the contract there. So yes, technically. And if you are applying for 189 190 visa, you don't need to have the job offer.
Perfect. Thank you. Are there any additional documents required for an employer-sponsored visa?
There are lots of documents. Lots of things can go wrong in the employer-sponsored visa.
Okay.
The documents from the sponsor should be perfect, and the documents from you should be perfect.
All right, no worries. So it's always best to come have a chat. Okay, Albie said 491 pathway. Can you please elaborate?
So 491 pathway is the state nominated in the regional area. You need to have at least 65 points, and you need to meet the state nomination criteria. You just need 65 points. So the points come from your age, education, English language, your English language tests, then your work experience, NATI, which is a translator, and your partner as well. The points can come from your partner as well. So basically what happens is you need to apply for the ROI. So most of the places has the ROI except New South Wales. You get your skill assessment done, get your marks in the English at least 6 is band, and then you apply for the 491 EOI. And once you lose your EOI, you again lose for the ROI, which is registration of interest of expression. So you go through your ROI. If they like your ROI, they will invite you to apply for the visa, and then you apply for the visa. So it's a long process, and once you lose your EOI, it is valid up to 2 years. ROI, if it's refused, you can again lose another ROI in few times after few intervals, so it should be fine.
Okay, perfect. Alpha Gen X has just said, hi Alana, keen to move into the mining sector. Don't have a trade. What are other options? What job you can get depends on what you've been doing and licenses and qualifications that you've got currently, and also where you're located. But to answer that question conclusively, I'd need to know all the answers to that. Have a look at your resume, and then we could create a plan exactly of what potential options that you've got, because every job is going to require different licenses and qualifications. AKA, I could say to you, yeah, cool, driller's off-sider, but then you're going to need an HRB, white card, police certificate, and first aid certificate. To get a utility role, you're going to need a manual driver's license, white card and police certificate, and a couple of other things. So it really just depends. That's why we always suggest come have a chat with our team. The email address is all over this live, or you can go into my Stand store and then book in with either ourselves. If you are overseas and you want to chat to Lilash yourself, then I would highly recommend that. Bravo, Bill. Bravo's always on Lilash. Can you see this one?
Yeah. For Bravo, I don't, to be honest, it's very limited chances for him because of his age and the qualification itself.
Yeah. Okay, Christopher Miranda's just 218 age limit. If you're in Australia or you're a Kiwi, then basically, thanks Scott, there is no age limit. If you're trying to get a visa or you're overseas, then there is definitely going to be an age limit. So what I'd suggest is come have a chat with this man here, because what visa that you can get is going to depend on your age. So yeah, that's what I'd say for that one. Hopefully that makes sense, unless you want to drop more context of where you're located, are you overseas, etc., etc. Righto, where are we up to? Okay, cool. We'll go back to some of these questions here. All right, let's say if somebody's 50 and they're from South Africa, and I'm just going to keep going on this one because I get this all the time.
50 and from South Africa, okay?
Yep, and is it just a straight out no deal that they can't get a job, or what's the go there?
Look, how I see the things is, if you are very highly sorted person, or if you have a right experience with the like for example electrician, and you have got all the skill assessment done, you have good English and everything, like if you have gone through all the English requirements test and all sort of those things, and your health and your character is all good, then you have like 40% hope. Right now, if you are 50 years old, and even if you are from UK, USA, or even like very good passport countries,
yep,
then I'll say don't even bother. Save your time. Maybe do something what you are doing. Don't even bother to apply. Yeah, because it's just waste of your time.
Okay, no problem. You're welcome, Alpha. Dane, yes, Boilermakers, highly sought after. That could actually be one of the trades where companies might potentially look at flying you from New South Wales to potentially Queensland or WA. Get in contact with us if you need help. Oh, thanks, Donna. Okay, can we get you a truck driving job in the mines? FYT, whatever that was. I have no idea, because I don't know where you're located, what your previous experience is. Where you're located makes a massive difference. If you're in Perth, your chances of getting a job in the mining industry go up significantly higher, because most employers just say, listen, you need to be in Perth. This is where all the jobs are. And they will fly you from Perth out to site. So it depends. Same with you, Christopher. Kiwi, licensed builder by trade with civil engineering degree overseas. Sorry, that comment's just gone. Whatever. So NZQA level 7. Does that translate? And if somebody's coming over from another country, what's the process to get licenses or qualifications swapped over?
For the license, I think New Zealand NZQA is level 7 is equivalent to AQF level, Australian qualification level 7. Should be fine. It's easy to get the license, builder license. I think for the builder license, we need to get certificate for and diploma in building and construction, right?
Yeah.
Easy, you can get it through the RPL certificate. Should be fine. If you are Kiwi, it's easy to come here for you as a New Zealand citizen. Should be fine.
Yep. If you're a New Zealand citizen, seriously, now is the time to get over here. There are so many jobs. Employers just love Kiwis because obviously our work ethic is through the roof. And so if you are, and the cost of living over there is atrocious. So I would suggest definitely, if you've got the opportunity to do it, then come over. You will not regret it at all. So I'll just say that. What are your chances of getting a mining job if you're based in Melbourne? It depends on what job that you want. If you're an HD fitter, an auto sparky, very, very high, or even a boilermaker like Dane, yes, it's potentially doable. If you're looking, though, for an entry-level job, I'd suggest it's an absolute no deal. There are 91 people on this live right now. If you could please double tap the screen, share the live, and make sure that you're following both Lilash and myself. We've got a ton of content to answer your questions and help get you employed in the mining industry. Ooh, okay, let's have a look. Tucker Bags has a white card, HC license, and a forklift license. I'd definitely suggest getting in contact with our team, because if you've got experience on the HC, then it's definitely doable. Excavator operator from Fiji in New Zealand. I want to apply for excavator jobs. What would be the advice that you would give Libra?
Or I didn't get your question.
Excavator operator from Fiji in New Zealand right now.
In New Zealand, so you need to get the sponsorship, otherwise it's very hard. Go through the plant mover occupation. The occupation is called plant mover, or excavator operator can be the option, and you need to go through the DAMA option. It's most of the Pilbara region has that DAMA for the excavator, because they need most of the excavator over there, so you can go through that.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm just trying to get all through some of these questions. Yeah, for yours, Wally Wallace, do you have experience in rail, or you've just got the cert? A lot of the times, guys, I'm just going to keep saying this, you can go get the cert, but if you've got no experience, you're potentially going to have to start from the bottom and work your way into the role that you want. So it just depends. Okay, Queensland-based, 5 years experience. Come and have a chat with our team, or go onto our website and check out the vacancies that we've got. We've got a ton. We've got a new client who's looking for Queensland, Mount Isa, FIFO in Queensland for a ton of different jobs. I'd definitely suggest go and have a look at that.
Okay, 482 visa processing time after lodgement is done. Depends if your nomination is approved, maybe up to 4 or 5 months right now. It depends on whether they will ask these extra documents or not. Basically 50 days to 4 or 5 months at this stage as of today.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's go for a couple. Tell us about people coming from the US or Canada. We get a lot of Canadians and Americans who are wanting to move at the moment. Don't blame them. But yeah, let's say if somebody's got mining experience in Canada right now, and they're, let's say they're 40, what are the chances and what's their process, Lilash?
So if they are under 30, they can come with the work and holiday visa. Otherwise, we need to do the skill assessment, English test, and all sort of other things. And pretty much it's same way as other nationalities. They need to find the sponsor or go through the GSM visa program.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Libra's asked, can I get a sponsor for excavator operator roles in Perth? I'll potentially say no, because to get an excavator operator over here, it's not hard. So yeah, there's a lot of things for that one. FYTDW, no worries at all. Happy to help. If you've got any questions, feel free to shoot us an email. Riz, can you chuck the email address all over the thing, please? And if you guys would like to book in, we've got 10 minutes left, so drop any questions, we'll try to answer them. If you'd like to book in with Lilash, you can go onto my Stan store on the maiden page of this TikTok channel. There's a link there where you can actually book in with him and have a chat about your specific situation, and he'll be able to guide you that way if you want.
Most of my offshore clients, what they say is, look, I have got 6 years of work experience, 10 years of work experience, 15 years of work experience. And when I ask them, do you have the pay slips? Do you have the bank statement? Do you have the reference letter? They say, no, we don't have it. We do it in cash or something like that. So if you don't have the documents, your work experience is irrelevant.
There you go. 100%. And obviously everyone can say, yeah, I've got a million years experience, which is just bullshit. So yeah. You're going to have to prove it.
With the department, your document talks. The rest is all bullshit.
Exactly. All right. I've already got 1.5 years experience in oil and gas. If you've got experience, Licious or something like that, then where are you located? That's the whole thing. Getting an oil and gas over job, where does that sit on the list of skills shortages in Australia, Lilash?
Rail.
No, in oil and gas.
Oil and gas, I think most probably it will be in the Dama region. Even though there is shortage, the occupation might not be available for the 491, 190 visas.
Yep. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, cool. I'll fast track with rail work. That sounds awesome. Yeah. Wally, like I said, set up all your alerts on Seek and actively go after the rail companies, because to get into rail, it's very, very hard. So if you've already got any experience, then you should be good to go. All right. Elmo is from Mauritius, looking for utility and visa options, bilingual and construction experience. Lilash, what questions?
No visa option for utility. Construction we can check. Bilingual doesn't matter because you need to give the PTE or IELTS test, or even other sort of tests such as CAT test. Until unless you achieve the required marks in the IELTS or PTE exam, the bilingual doesn't work. Construction experience, there are different sorts of construction experience. If you are a laborer, it's no. If you are a carpenter with the 5 years of work experience, we can go through the skill assessment and go for the 482 visa, GSM visas, and all other sort of visas. Otherwise, I need to have a good chat with you. What are your experience? Do we have all the documents to prove your work experience or not? So those things matters.
Yeah, perfect. If you're in Perth, you've hit the jackpot here, the lottery. Like seriously, Perth is the best place to get into the mining industry without a doubt. So if you're overseas, like we work with candidates who have gone through the process with Lilash, and then eventually we work with them to get them up to the mine. So it happens every single time. So if you're in Perth, I say harass, harass, harass. That one was for you, Wally. So get on to TransPerth. I'll just be ringing them. I'll be submitting my resume and just bang until you can get your foot in the door without a doubt. Is there a skills shortage for hydro excavation operators?
There is, but this occupation is limited to certain region only, especially in Dama region. So yes, there is. However, it's very hard to get into the market.
Okay.
Really
yeah, it's all right. Thank you. Big Tony 41. Can you get a FIFO bus driving role if you've got an HR but no bus driving experience? Honestly, yes, you can, but you're going to need the PTD authorization as well. That's to work in Australia to collect fares. Not that you are if you're FIFO, but you might have to use a two-step plan of potentially getting in with the companies that hire bus drivers like Compass Group, Catercare, Sodexo, all those guys, and then potentially work your way into the bus driving role. You can apply with Go West. They only do the buses instead of the utility stuff. So that could be an option. But just make sure that you've got the PTD authorization, and it's even see if you can get some local work as well. That might be a way around it. If you haven't already done it, make sure you follow both of our channels. We're here to provide you with enough information so you can help to get your job in the mining industry in Australia. Right, Zed has asked opportunities for radio communication technicians. I've never even heard of any opportunities for that.
Not in the mining sector, but for the telecommunication sector, yes, they are looking for lots of radio communication technicians.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. What do we got? Dwayne has asked: Are multi-skilled operators more desirable to employers? Of course. The more bits of machinery that you can operate, the better you. Obviously, yes. Okay. Sorry.
Accounting field, any log from Fiji, it's 2% chance right now. If you are offshore, you may need to find the sponsor. If you are working like for accounting, we have different sort of accounting role over here. You may need to get the skill assessment done from CPA, IPA. Most probably, your first application for skill assessment will be refused because you need to study certain units from the Australian university to get your skill assessment done. If you find the sponsor, it's very good. If you don't, then it will be a little bit harder for accounting.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, we've got PNG electrical engineering student possibilities to join FIFO. No deal. What are your thoughts?
PNG, you can apply for work and holiday visa, finish your qualification, get your work and holiday visa, come here, work in FIFO.
Okay, I stand corrected. Okay, Babel Woff has a passport from Indonesia, but he's living in Belgium. What is your best advice there, Lilash?
What's your age? If you are under 30, go for 460 work and holiday visa and come here, work.
There you go. Dennis is a heavy-duty tyre technician and multi-skilled operator. Dennis, where are you located? Do you have a visa? Are you in Perth? There's a ton of tyre technician roles right now. So if you're here, make sure you've got a job applicant tracking system compliant resume. You're good to go. They only have jobs for Perth residents. Well, yeah, a lot of them do because this is where it's at. So you need to move. And if you are contemplating coming over to Australia, Perth is the place that you want to go. Sydney, nice. Melbourne, okay. Well, actually, I don't know about that. But Perth is where all the jobs are. That's where you want to go. Righto. Can you see any of these, Lilash? Feel free to jump
I have experience as a truck driver, not necessary for the visa purpose. I need your age if you are if you can qualify
37.
for age and qualification.
Okay.
36. Stay in Belgium, man. Don't come here.
Oh, that's harsh. Lilash is getting fiery today, guys. All right.
Truck driver 37, it's very hard to get them here, to be honest.
All right.
It's very hard to get them here.
Cool.
EV technician, yes, there is shortage, but you need to find the sponsor on that one.
Mm-hmm. Can you see the one there from Plevo Butcher here in New Zealand? What visa should I enter to get a FIFO job?
Are you a New Zealand citizen or are you just a permanent resident?
Yeah, and just say the difference again. The 444 visa you can get if you are a citizen, is that right?
Yeah.
There you go. If you're a citizen, Plevo, you're good to go. Just literally book your plane flight over here. Happy days. Get in contact with us. We can work with you to get you in. Easy. Righto. Haven't done it. Make sure you're following both channels. We've got 3 minutes left. Lilash, thanks for jumping on. FIFO jobs for Kenyans, I'd say generally no. You're going to need to move. You're going to need a visa. Plevo is on a visa, a working holiday visa.
Okay. Yeah, he can move. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Live Gold Coast was a supply officer.
Sorry. Is that working holiday visa for New Zealand or Australia?
Plevo, let us know in the comment section. Oz Spicy, live in Gold Coast, was a supply officer for Mount Arthur River, but looking for a new mine. Go up into our vacancies tab in our websites, w1n.com.au. We've got a ton of opportunities if you're in Queensland right now. Just got a brand new contract with a client. They are looking for everything, entry-level jobs to like skilled, experienced operators. So go check that out. From Qatar, what are you going to say there, Lilash?
From Qatar, I think I need to scroll up. His first question was, okay. Heavy duty tire technician, multi operator. Not really. I'm sorry for that.
Okay, no worries. And what? New Zealand Air? Hey?
I think he has a New Zealand working holiday visa, and he might be from some other country.
Righto. PNG, modern, 6 years experience in plate and pipe welding. Any opportunities? Highly sought after, I would think. Lilash, what are your thoughts?
Welders. We do have these orders for welders. Yeah.
There you go.
But you need to go through the work skill assessment as well for Papua New Guinea client.
All right. Same with you. Auto electrician, Sydney HP experience, AC license. Listen, if you've got an auto sparky experience, you could potentially get flown from from Sydney to all around Australia. So that's how sought after your training with HV experience. So yeah, get in contact with. Actually, just look on Seek. Like seriously, you should just be able to apply and get. If your resume is good, then you should be able to get whatever job it is that you want, and actually have employers hunt you down because that's how much they are looking for you. All right, what else we got?
Accredited employer working visa here in New Zealand. Which country passport are you holding? That's the main question.
Yep. Jamie, NRL fans, what's the chance of doing FIFO from Perth to Brisbane? depends on your trade and the employer and how sought after it is, whether you meet the criteria. To get a job in, like, I know that you're in WA, Jamie, so to get a job in Queensland, you're potentially going to have to get the standard 11.
Maybe you qualify for work and holiday visa if you get the chance, and if they open the 462 holiday work and holiday visa, then yes. Otherwise, you need to go through same process as other individuals. Get your skill assessment done, get your English done, find the sponsor, or get the GSM visa.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining us today. Thank you to Lilash. If you haven't done it, make sure that you're following both channels. We will be doing more of these lives because we just get hammered with all your questions, so we want to help you out. If you need help, go into my Stand store. You can book in for a chat with Lilash or my team. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, come have a chat with us. If you're in anywhere else, you want to be booking in with Lilash so that you can actually work out whether you can get a visa or not, what your situation is, etc., etc. So, Lilash, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Elena. Have a good one.
You too. Everyone, quickly follow this man before he runs off. And yeah,
thank you for joining me, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. Keep an eye out on the channels for more lives that we're going to do. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll chat to you later.
Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.